We are as red as yesterday. Maybe take you through a few activities that we're undertaking. We have received all the ballot papers that have in the country. They are being printed from countries overseas, UAE, that's Dubai, Greece, South Africa, Nairobi, even us here, we're in Uganda. We printed a few, especially the lower levels, the councillors, sub-county councillors. We are ready. The polling officials are in place. They have been deployed. Some are still undergoing training, just to polish up, but they have been trained. The people going to manage or man the BVVK, biometric voter verification kits, have been trained and deployed. All the supervisors at lower levels, sub-counties, town councils, parishes, are in place. We have procured each and every gadget that we need for this election. Personnel, we are ready and hyped up. So as Electoral Commission, we are ready. The ballots are here, the biometrics are here, the personnel is ready, the polling stations are gazetted and known. The register has been issued to the different stakeholders, especially presidential candidates. So I think as we are good, we are very ready. And this is not our first election. This is our 7th general election. So as the Electoral Commission, we are good to go.
Okay. Talking about the ballot papers that are in here,
yes.
We also understand that the Electoral Commission is still handling some petitions.
True.
Where does this leave, especially the candidates who have petitions in the EC, now that they are concluding their campaigns tomorrow,
yes.
But they don't know their fate. They don't know whether the Electoral Commission will rule out and denominate them, or they still lay in balance. Where does their fate lie?
It's true. I think people are left in suspense.
Yeah.
But I think I also want to point out that we've dispatched all the polling materials across the country to the different districts and cities. And I think I wanted people to know that we've dispatched all these polling materials, both for presidential candidates and then the members of parliament. Now, let's go back to the question. People are still... Commission is still hearing and determining petitions. Yet the ballots are here. But that's the law. The law says complaints, the Commission will hear and determine election petitions, especially accruing or coming out of the nomination exercise, up to polling day. Okay. So the Commission is within the law, within its mandate, because people have a right to a fair hearing, and we cannot say, because we work within timelines, so we cannot say that because we have a few days to elections, we cannot listen, hear and determine complaints. Yes, it's a bit of a challenge because the ballots are already printed, but the law, even right now, the Commission can determine and someone is kicked out, because that's the law. Okay. As long as they find that you do not qualify, or there's something that you presented and really has some gaps, the Commission can either keep you in the race or kick you out of the race legally. So yes, it's true. Some people, even right now, even yesterday, the Commission was, hearing some petitions, because that's their right. People have to have their complaints heard and determined. But maybe the law will be amended later. But that's for now, that's how it is. So in case you're kicked out and you're on the ballot, then people are not going to vote for you. If they vote for you and maybe you win, then you'll not be announced a winner.
Hey.
Yes.
Why? Because
the Commission has determined that you did not present or you lacked some of the requirements needed for you to really stay in the race. So yes, it's also a challenge to the Commission, because the commissioners and the team the teams, they have so many things to handle right now. So petitions really, just because they're within the law, it would be the last thing to attend to. But people's grievances have to be heard and determined. And it's a process. You don't just come and sit. It's a process. They question, they ask questions, they listen to you. So it's a process. Just imagine 500 plus petitions were presented before the commission after nominations. So it has also affected our activities. But like we said, for us, we have to act and work within the laws that govern elections. Yes.
Oh, okay, that is so. According to what you've just said, this means that even when we get to the polling day and the Electoral Commission has not issued a ruling yet, you should not rejoice a lot.
Yes, you shouldn't, because that's what the law says. That's what the law says. But I think, like we said, this time, let me tell you, my brother and our viewers, Ugandans are now aware of the electoral laws. Okay. They are so much aware of their rights. Previous, because people are asking us, how come this has not been, happening?
We've not had very many petitions in the previous elections.
Now, because people's minds are now, people are sharp, people are informed, so they know that shortly after, during nominations and after, I can lodge a complaint against Richard over ABCD. And these complaints emanate right from the lowest levels, the lowest officers, councillors, because once a returning officer, the district or city has made a decision or has nominated you, the rest you have to only appeal to the commission. So just imagine across the country, whoever has issues has come. Previously, some people would, I would know that maybe you don't have papers, but since you've been nominated, and I'm okay with it, I wait for court to take you to court. But now people know that I can even question your credentials before campaigns conclude. You get it? So people are aware of their rights, and some people who are very sharp enough by then, they made sure that their opponents make mistakes. You get it? This is politics, and you have to be very open. So at the end of the day, they take you on. And some people who didn't know about these procedures, the requirements, and a few things, they became culprits. So it's about people getting informed. Social media has informed people, because now you can easily access this information off your phone. Yeah. So it's one of the reasons why people are asking, but why so many petitions? This has never happened. Denominations. But this election is unique. Now, even those who have fallen culprits have now learned that if I came to you and you just give me a signature just out of because you're my friend and you don't come from that electoral area, then commission is going to kick me out. If you give me a signature really that is not yours and you cannot prove that it's yours, then I can be kicked out. Are you getting it? Yeah. If I didn't have enough academic qualifications and someone takes me on, evidence will be adduced before the commission and I'll be kicked out. So now I think moving forward, people are going to be extremely careful.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, as we were starting, before you answer this question, you talked about having dispatched all the voting materials to the various stations and districts, and of course, there came. I was talking about a social media video earlier that is circulating on social media, and of course, people are using it to show that the votes are being rigged simply because someone was trying to change the seals. And in her explanation, she says these seals, one box had broken seals, and she said that she found it necessary to replace all these other seals because probably maybe in transportation most of the seals might have been damaged. So what is this done lawfully? Can someone change the seals that were dispatched on these boxes?
Yeah, thank you so much. First of all, I'm not aware of exactly what happened. But from experience as a returning officer, and from even within the law, once you receive ballot boxes, the black ones, the metallic
Yes,
ones,
yes.
they are sealed. But they give us extra seals, just in case. Because once it's broken, you put it aside. You get it? If I'm a returning officer and and we are offloading and I found that 1 or 2 or 3 of them have broken seals, I put them aside. Because when we are receiving these boxes, we invite stakeholders, including participating candidates or political parties within the district. So whatever happens, you let them know that, one, you have to open it before them and they ascertain and confirm that everything is still intact. You get it?
Yeah.
Everything is still intact. Then you put them back in the box and reseal. You get it? So whatever happened, it's within the law. If you found a broken seal, even when you are transporting them after elections, you get it, and you have a broken seal, you can replace it, because they give us these extras just for such. So whatever the returning officer did was within the law, and of course people have suspicions, and they're right to be suspicious. But as long as you explain to them how the procedures and what the law says, I think they will understand. But broken seals, it's a common scenario.
Okay.
These are metals against rubber, because a seal is rubber, kind of plastic. So during transportation, the weight and everything, the shaking, so of course some of them break. It would be sad if they found her or him in a corner somewhere, dark corner, trying to, but in the open, everywhere, I think that's good enough. Because at the end of the day, still we want transparency. Now, when he or she is sealing back or resealing the ballot boxes, she wants them to be intact and safe. So the person, I don't know whether it's a he or she. The person was right within the law that govern elections.
Okay. Now that can help people's pressures, but we still have a lot more to discuss, especially about the 15th day. Kindly stick with us as we take a short commercial break.
Issues at hand. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. Issues at hand.
Welcome back from the break. This is Issues at Hand, and of course we are discussing a lot of issues, especially around the 15th day of January, which is this week on Thursday, and this is the long-awaited day where we shall be determining who our next president is and who our next members of parliament will be. But of course there is a lot, this time round, according to the Electoral Commission, we shall entirely use the biometric, the BVVK, the biometric voter verification machine to vote. And of course, you need to know more about this machine and how it is going to operate and what you really need to carry with as you come for the polling, or you come at the polling station to vote. Richard,
yes,
the BVVK
yes.
Is here with us. Of course, in the previous elections, we tried it, but at some point we had to get back to the traditional way, where
in some places,
yes, including where I voted from. But here, with even the statutory instruments in place,
yes,
we are supposed to use the BVVK.
Mandatory.
It's mandatory.
Yes.
So take us through this BVVK and what people should know as they come, because there are a lot of there's a lot of false information out there,
yes, that
sometimes you listen to and you're like, okay, especially about the BVV machine.
Thank you so much. First of all, for the benefit of our viewers,
yes,
the machine we're talking about looks like this. Not this is my phone, but almost looks like this.
Okay.
And it has the information fed for each and every district. Each and every district. You'll find it at the polling station, and it has to verify you and identify you. It's a must, it's mandatory. And I want to emphasize this. Whoever is going to cast their vote at a polling station has to go through this machine. Now, the machine also works alongside the voter register. It's there. People think maybe we've abandoned it.
Yeah.
No, the register is there, but all the information that is in the register is also in the machine, same information. So what are the do's and don'ts?
Exactly.
If I wake up in the morning and I want to go and cast my vote, I should have two things. Okay, I can have two things, because if I say should, that's a must. I can have two things. I can have my national ID or my voter location slip. That small piece of paper they give you. Now, that piece of paper, when you approach a polling, because it has all your information for that particular polling station, where you vote from, your pictures, the brief information. So you go with it and present yourself. You go in the queue and line up. Voting starts from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you go after 4 p.m., kabaka with them. So, if you go to a polling station and you queue up or you line up, you're going to meet the managers of that polling station, the ones we call the polling day officials. Amongst them, there is a presiding officer and a BVV operator and another polling assistant seated on the same table. The way we're seated here. So you're going to present to them either a voter location slip or a national ID. Why do you do that? Because it's easy. For a national ID, they just type in your NIN number and the information comes. For the voter location slip, they just scan it. It has a barcode. And the information is done. But in case you do not have any of the two, you can still vote as long as you are a voter from within that polling station. Now there we shall first of all identify you using the register. You shout out your name. I'm Nsuve Richard. So they look through the register and then get your particulars, and then they feed them in the what? In the machine. Now the machine is going to, your information is going to pop up on the machine, the screen. they'll see it. Now they tell you to identify yourself using the fingerprints. So you do that, and then it will accept that this is Nsube Richard. Then you proceed. Then they give you the ballots. They'll first give you the ballot for the president, then they give you for the directly elected member of parliament, and then the woman member at the same time, on the same table. So, but before they give you these ballots, they have to scan them also. Now, once they pluck off the ballot from the book, the ballot paper they scan it. If you have ballots, let's assume you have ballots that are not for that polling station. Some of us who are very sharp, they issue a ballot but you have several in your court, so that and you go and cast them, ballot stuffing. You may succeed to ballot stuff, but the machine, as we count, because I'll go to that, because after counting, before counting we shall rescan, so that this machine tells us these are the correct papers that have gone through the system. That's if you don't have a national ID. But if you have, you just present it, then they feed it in the system, or they scan it, your information pops up, and if it pops up, then you go through, of course the machine will say, yes, I'm so and so, this is so and so. Then once it accepts, you proceed. Now, this is where I want people to also understand briefly. We have 3 offices we are choosing our leaders from, or 4. Now, 1 is the president, office of the president, member of parliament, directly elected, and then woman member of parliament. They are going to give you a pouch that is transparent. Once they issue for the president, it will be alone, they give you. Then the other one for the members of parliament, they put those ballots in a pouch, a transparent one. You go and cast for the president, then you move to the next table where you'll find polling assistants and agents. Then they also guide you that this one is for member of parliament, directly, you cast, then you proceed and cast. This time, what's the difference? They are issuing the 3 ballots at the same table. But don't you worry, because voter information is going to be continuous. They'll tell you. 2, even when you've not gone to school and you're not blind, you can see on the ballots. Let's assume you've not gone to school, because there are several that have not gone to school in the villages. But you can still identify your member of parliament using a picture. You get it? If you've gone to school and you can read a bit, then you can know this is the elected member of parliament. And then you also look through the candidates. Then you also see that this is for woman member of parliament. Then you go through to the last polling assistant. They mark you with indelible ink, and then you leave.
Okay.
If you do not belong to that polling station, but you're from within that district, this machine is going to tell you, you do not vote from Family TV polling station, but you vote from across the police. You get it? That's if I came, I had nothing, I lined up and I go to the polling station and I don't vote from there. This machine, as long as I vote from within that district. Someone was asking me, how come you have all the information for the district within one machine? This machine it's loaded with information for the whole district. Now, on the day of polling, you have the presiding officer, the officials assign this polling station to the machine, because they'll get a register, scan it. Once they scan it, it now loads the information, because it's already in the system. It will now identify only that polling station data. So that's when, but then if you don't vote from there, so the machine, if you vote from Kampala and you go to Akiso, the machine will not recognize you. But, because I wanted to be as brief,
yes.
But people have to know that this going through this machine is mandatory. Chabwaze, you cannot run away from it. And we have 2 machines per polling station with a battery life that lasts for 15 hours. We have backup batteries, 2 of them per polling station. So we cannot say that really, I'm saying as a battery Jakuvako, that the battery is going to run down, and then we stop the voting process. This machine has been manufactured in a way that it works offline. If someone says there's no data, there's no network,
there's no internet.
there's no internet, this machine does not work using the internet. It's off the internet. One, to avoid internet issues, and then two, to avoid hackers, because this world has this election is being watched by so many across the world, and there's so many sharp people who can just hack into the system, disorganize it, and by the time you know, you cannot hold any election, or you cannot proceed. So briefly, that's what I can talk about the machine.
Okay.
It's mandatory and it's very easy. Don't you think people are going to take long? Blah 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 blah. No. And okay, the issue may be from the start. I'm imagining if I have this phone, it's a smartphone, and you give me yours. Even when I know how to use it, still at the beginning I struggle a bit.
Yeah, true.
You get it?
Yeah.
So at the beginning, of course, you cannot say someone just go cha 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 cha. There's that, slowness a bit. But for like a minute or two or three, and then the process starts. And once it starts, each voter will take like 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Identified, verified, you proceed.
Now, after voting is where the question is. The Constitution says you may stay 20 meters away from the polling station, and stakeholders say after voting, go home. So, which is which, and what should someone?
The
think
20-meter dilemma.
Yes,
it's the talk around town.
yeah,
Now, if you go, the voting procedures and regulations are very clear. The polling station has to be given some breathing space. One, for it to be secure. Two, for people to see the transparency that is happening, the proceedings, and then also to avoid any people with ill intentions, if they are so close. Also to avoid people, violating the secrecy of a voter. So what happens is we put the 20-meter distance away from the polling station, and that's within the law. And this has been happening. People keep the 20-meter distance after voting, but it's not a must that you have to stay at the polling station. Why? Because in the vote protectors in the law are known. My brother and our viewers, I can give you an example. We have 10 presidential candidates. 8 presidential candidates. Each of them has 2 polling agents within the polling station. That makes it 16.
yeah,
Then, member of parliament, direct elected member of parliament. Let's assume you have 9 of them. Or 9 is a lot. You have 5 of them.
Machinga East has about 23.
23. 23 times 2. They're within the same
46.
same polling station. Are you getting it? Then you have woman member of parliament. Same station. Now, those within the eyes of the law, those are enough to really protect and see that the interests of our candidates are protected. The voting procedure is transparent. And whatever happens, the agents have a right to go and question the polling officials. You get it? Because they sit very close to one another. Now, that's what we call vote protection within the law. Imagine we have some polling stations, we call them polling centers, within town here, maybe within a football field, where you find there are 10 polling stations within that play field. Now, if each of them, like the one of Machinga, each polling station has those numbers of vote protectors, another one is so close it has the same, and there are 10. How many people are within that to protect a vote? There are very many. Now, what we want to question And we are not telling people that to go back and sleep. Because if you tell people go back and sleep, it's like you're telling them, don't be vigilant. Vigilance does not mean you have to be around the polling station. Mind you have things to do. People have been voting, and some stay. But some go and mind their business. Then they come towards counting when we close at 4 p.m. People come. That's very okay. But imagine if you have 10 polling stations within a field, football field, and each has a maximum of 600 voters, maybe 300 have turned up. So 300 times 10, whoever votes stays. You cannot control that crowd. You don't know their emotions, you don't know their intentions. And some people think it's about the presidential level. At local level, the politics is too bad. People do not know that.
True.
Local level, it's a do or die. So it may not about who are the presidential, but the local politics. People will start fighting. You cannot control them. There are people who do not have manners. By the time you know, they have littered everywhere. You get it? So we are saying, what you do when you cast your vote, do not crowd. Now the other scenario is, when people crowd a lot so much, your choice is going to be interfered with. There are people when you're moving and there are many, they tell you, Tukulaba. We are seeing you. Then there are those who have picked money. Once they go to vote, they are told, make sure once you tick, you show us.
Yes.
So that there's accountability. And people are very close. They're getting it. So whether someone has eaten money or not, let them make a choice that is independent. So we are saying, yes, vote, go do your own business. Towards the end, come back. But we're not saying that we are going to tell everyone, no, leave it empty, No. People can stay, but they should not crowd a lot. Because whatever comes out of that crowd, we may not like it as human beings. Yes, or as human beings.
Now, lastly, as we wind up with this conversation, there is an issue of the Uganda flag and how it is being used in these campaigns. What does EC have to say about this?
The Uganda flag, of course, some candidates brought their complaints to us that they have been witch hunted and clobbered and everything. The Uganda flag is our national symbol. It's a symbol. It's our pride. So everyone can have a flag. And as Electoral Commission, we don't have the mandate to guide so much, because there are all entities that are in place to determine and see how the flag is used or that's not misused. Sorry. Now, if you misuse a flag, if you misuse it, the law will catch up with you. But what we said is, as long as people are not misusing the flag, it's okay. It's okay if they're not misusing it. Because and let me tell you, every time you stop people from doing something, you attract more of them. When we were young, they used to tell us, don't do this, but then curiosity, you're like, out of curiosity, like what? So, but the flag people can use as long as they are not misusing it. And I think of recent, you've seen people are using it. And I think there's no much of witch hunt. So you can use your flag as long as you're using it within the means. It's very okay as Electoral Commission.
What about someone carrying it, or what should someone come with as they come, besides the national ID?
Yes.
How should they dress up? What should they carry while they come? Because I look at a person who has given an apron by a certain candidate, and probably they leave their restaurant, they come quickly to vote and go back.
Or a boarder who's riding very fast, they want to cast their vote and then...
Exactly. What are some of the precautions that should be observed as people come to the polling station?
First of all, I have to be very emphatical and clear. Campaigns stop on the 13th.
Which is tomorrow.
Official campaigns. Now, if you are going to cast your vote or to be closer to a polling station, you should avoid any dressing that has political connotations. Any, whether it's a hat, whether it's a dress, whether it's a T-shirt, whatever has political connotations has to be avoided. Some people in the villages take these things very seriously. Someone has their T-shirts, and some even use them for special occasions. But out of ignorance, they come to vote with them. And some of them are even excited. The law is very clear. Campaigns are not about rallies. There are so different forms of campaigns. If you came with a T-shirt that is of a particular candidate, you may poison my mind psychologically. So it's a form of campaign. So if you're going to vote on the voting day, do not associate yourself with any dressing that has political inclinations, innuendos, signages, whatever colors. The colors are okay, as long as they are not, because you can put on any color that has a political, shade. But do not have any wordings, anything that associate that color with the candidate or with the political party. If you do that, of course, they will send you back. If they send you back, please don't say you're being witch hunted. But in case you have it and you think you cannot go back, someone can give you something and then wrap your body or whatever, make sure you cover it up, and then go and vote. So please avoid party-related slogans, colors, innuendos on polling day.
Your closing remarks as we end this conversation today.
Thank you so much. First of all, I want to thank Ugandans that we've come a long way from the time we launched this our strategic plan and roadmap. Yes, we've come a long way, and now we're here. This is the final bend. But you see, in our village, they say that the pot breaks towards your home, within the compound. So let's not take away the peaceful processes that we've undertaken and then go to violence. If you go to vote, voting is coming and it will go. Uganda, you will stay, Ugandans will stay, your neighbor will stay, your sister will stay, your colleague, even your enemy will stay. So let's not use politics as a way of inciting others, of hurting others. If you are a police officer or anyone in security and you are being provoked, through your training you know how to handle that. Do not use your authority to hurt the rest of the citizens. If you are a citizen, a civilian, just know that that person putting on uniform is also as human as you. They also have feelings, they have emotions. So if you provoke them beyond, they're also going to do what? They're going to react. So we do not want that provocations from any. Go cast your vote, stay peaceful. The Electoral Commission will announce and declare the person who has garnered the most votes. Competition breeds emotions. Even us who support football teams, we are always arguing over things. VAR has done this, the referee has done this, the selection is bad. So it happens in competitions because no one wants to lose. By the end of that day, after 90 minutes, the game is done. Arsenal fans and Man U fans and the rest are back. So let's use the same so that we respect one another. Let's respect the polling processes, electoral processes, electoral laws, and also respect our fellow citizens.
Thank you so much, Richard, and you, a viewer, thank you so much who started with us from where we started from up to now. We've come to the end of issues at hand, but the message is very clear. Go exercise your civic rights, but do not provoke anyone else. So you vote and do what is within the law and leave the rest to the other stakeholders, because everyone has a role to play. It's not only about you, it's about everyone, it's about Uganda. So let everyone play their role. Thank you so much once again. Edwin Austin Mkalas is my name. I've worked with Emma, SC, Mwumza, and Patience. From the TAT team, we wish you a blessed morning.
Issues at hand